October 3rd, 1904. A black woman with $1.50 in her pocket looked at an abandoned dump in Florida and saw a university. Her name was Mary McLeod Bethune, and she was about to prove that some dreams are too powerful for racism to destroy. Born to formerly enslaved parents in South Carolina, Mary McLeod was the 15th of 17 children. While her siblings picked cotton in fields that had once enslaved their parents, Mary walked miles to a one-room schoolhouse, carrying books like weapons against ignorance. In a world that told black girls their highest aspiration was to serve in white kitchens, Mary dared to dream of something revolutionary. Education as liberation, knowledge as power, and schools as sanctuaries for her people's souls. For I am my mother's daughter, and the drums of Africa still beat in my heart. These were her words, her battle cry against a system designed to silence her. With nothing but faith and fierce determination, Mary founded the Daytona Literary and Industrial Training School for Negro girls on October 3rd, 1904, with just $1.50. She initially had 6 students, 5 girls and her son Albert, charging 50 cents tuition. She created pencils from charred wood, ink from elderberries, and hope from refuse piles. She scavenged city dump heaps and refused piles of resort hotels for supplies and clothing for her students. What others saw as garbage, she transformed into instruments of learning. This wasn't just a school. It was an act of defiance against every law, custom, and expectation that said black children didn't deserve quality education. When 80 members of the Ku Klux Klan threatened to burn her school, Bethune held an all-night school-front vigil with a groundskeeper and some of her students. The Klan backed down. Can you fathom that courage? A black woman in 1920s Florida, staring down the hooded faces of hatred, protecting her students with nothing but unwavering resolve. She didn't just educate minds, she forged souls of steel. Bethune led a procession of 100 African Americans to the polls to vote for the first time in the Daytona mayoral election. Her defiance became legendary, her school a beacon of hope in the darkness of Jim Crow. She served as an advisor to 5 presidents of the United States, becoming part of FDR's Black Cabinet, advising President Roosevelt on policies relating to black citizens. In rooms where black women had never been allowed to speak, Mary McLeod Bethune commanded respect and shaped policy. In 1935, she founded the National Council of Negro Women, remaining president until 1949. She understood that true change required both education and political power, books and ballots, classrooms and Congress. Her little school with $1.50 had grown into Bethune-Cookman University, proving that when you plant seeds of knowledge in fertile minds, you harvest forests of possibility. Mary McLeod Bethune didn't just build a college. She constructed a pathway to freedom. Every black professional, every breakthrough, every moment when a black child believes in their unlimited potential carries her DNA of defiance. She proved that the most dangerous thing you can give an oppressed people is education, because educated minds refuse to accept oppression as natural law. The true worth of a race must be measured by the character of its womanhood. Mary McLeod Bethune didn't just lift herself. She became the ladder for millions to climb toward their dreams. From $1.50 and a dream to presidential advisor and university founder, Mary McLeod Bethune's story reminds us that revolution doesn't always require armies. Sometimes it just requires one determined soul who refuses to accept that greatness isn't meant for people who look like her. Her legacy lives in every classroom where black minds are nurtured, every boardroom where black voices are heard, every moment when someone dares to dream beyond the limitations others have set for them. Mary McLeod Bethune proved that when you combine courage with education, you create something unstoppable, a free mind and a free spirit, ready to change the world. Subscribe to Black Legacy, where we make the heroes the hero they are.